Okay, now we see the quotient which is like the fourth rule, right? Only four, only four. What do you do with the quotient rule? Okay, what is quotient? When you hear the word quotient, when you see this word, it means we are dividing. We saw that on product rule be multiplying, right? So you'll be having an example as y is equal to, let's say, x cubed minus 7 all over 4x or 3x plus 5. Okay, this is an example. These two things are dividing one another. It's different from what we saw in the very first thing where you had like 3x squared minus 7x plus 5 all over x squared. Okay, when it's like this is so easy because you just separate them. It'll be 3x squared over x squared minus 7x over x squared, and you can do it. But here is different because it is over 3x plus 5. Okay, for you to separate this, okay, and get something meaningful we had. So one way to differentiate this is to change it to product rule, like to say x cubed minus 7 is multiplying 3x plus 5. All of it is to the minus 1, and then you make this your u, this your v, and then you can do it. That's one. But the nicer way to do this fraction is to use the quotient rule. Quotient rule says, here's what it says: if y is equal to u over v. Okay, you can have now, you can say dy dx is equal to, now this v is the bottom guy, so I'll call him the low. This u is the top, I'll call him the high. You won't write high and low, it's me who's doing it for you. Okay, if you write it with a pencil so that you remove it when you're done. Now, this is how we say it. We say the derivative is low d high minus high d low over square the bottom. So it is low. What is low? V. D high is the derivative of the top. Okay, D high, derivative of the top is du dx because u is u. The top is u, right? So it's du dx. Minus high, which is u. D low, the derivative of the bottom, which is dv dx. O over square the bottom, v squared. This is going to be our chain rule. So we can go ahead and we have it. So let's do this question. So we have y is equal to x cubed minus 7 all over 3x plus 5. You're going to say let y be equal to u over v, where u is equal to x cubed minus 7, which is the top, and you can say your v is equal to 3x plus 5. Okay, v will be equal to 3x plus 5, the denominator, right? You can now say, first, you need to get du dx. You need to differentiate them 1. What is it going to be? This is x cubed. If you want to differentiate it, just bring down the power 3, reduce it by 1, x to the 2. Derivative of minus 7 is 0, okay? And then dv dx, it is going to be derivative of 3x is just 3. Derivative of 5 is 0. So now you can say dy, you can say by quotient rule, okay? For fractions, by quotient rule, you can now say by the quotient rule, dy dx is equal to, what is it? Low, which is v, d high, du dx, low times d high, okay, which is du dx, minus high, u, d low, high times d low, which is dv dx, derivative of the bottom, or over square the bottom, v squared, which is going to be, what is my v? My v is 3x plus 5. So it'll be 3x plus 5. This whole thing is multiplying. What is my du dx? Du dx is 3x squared. Okay, it's multiplying 3x squared. Then minus u, which is the top, and that is x cubed minus 7. This whole thing is multiplying dv dx. What is my dv dx? Is just a 3. So multiplying 3 all over, we square the bottom. We square v. So it'll be 3x plus 5 all squared. Okay, that's our v. We square it. So this just becomes, in here we say 3x squared multiplying 3x plus 5 minus 3 multiplying x squared minus 7, or x cubed minus 7. Is it x cubed? Yeah, it is x cubed minus 7. Then all over 3x plus 5 all squared. Now we'd like to expand the top, but not the bottom. We expand and simplify the top. So it'll be 3 by 3 is 9. X squared times x is x to the 3. Okay, you increase the power, you add the powers. This is 1 and this is 2. You add them, it becomes x to the 3. Plus 3 by 5, 15. Anything for x squared, no, it comes as it is. Then you can say minus 3 times this becomes minus 3x cubed. Minus 3 times minus 7, both are negative. Your answer is plus. 3 times 7 is 21. All over 3x plus 5 all squared. This becomes, here we can group like terms, 9x cubed minus 3x cubed plus 15x squared plus 21 all over 3x plus 5 all squared. This becomes, since you have 9x cubed minus 3x cubed, both of them are x cubed. When you are putting in the calculator, you deal with the coefficients. You just say 9 minus 3, okay? 9 minus 3 in the calculator, you get 6 of what? Of x cubed, then plus 15x squared plus 21 all over 3x plus 5 all squared. And here you have your final solution. Bravo, well done, okay? And you'll be done. That's going to be it, and you're done. Okay, let's go ahead and see more questions and see what's up. Okay, bye.